6 tiny gears, a few fancy pins, and some clever casting are what it takes to build this tiny orrery. And patience, a lot of patience, too. The study from researchers at Yale University looked into why exactly some images stick out in the people's minds. Getting the camera to the summit was the last major piece in the puzzle. The solar flare was released from the same sunspot that triggered auroras seen around the world on May 10th. The JWST's infrared vision captures a galaxy undergoing an explosion of starburst brought about by the consumption of a smaller sibling. 2 groups of dinosaurs moved to cooler climes during a period of climate change. Our newest look at Venus proves how little we know about space. The planet is nothing like what we thought it was. The European Space Agency is running some final tests ahead of launching its Hera mission this October, which aims to investigate the results of NASA's DART mission. The JWST has found puzzling black holes in the early universe. Researchers at the University of Oregon say they have identified a new type of volcanic eruption. The new measurum, termed evolutionary heritages, highlights the importance of unique species traits, which include physiological adaptations like beak variations in different birds when assessing the richness and complexity of life. For the first time, magnetic fields have been detected in 3 massive hot stars in our neighboring galaxies, the Large and Small Magellanic Clouds. The lack of an inner monologue seems linked to a lower ability to recall words and predict their sound. The fossil, which was found in a limestone quarry, is the oldest, nearly complete porcupine skeleton documented from North America. While dark matter and dark energy are in center focus for the Euclid Space Telescope, 5 new images of the cosmos taken by it reveal astonishingly wide possibilities for science. The Euclid Space Telescope has discovered 7 more rogue planets, shining a light on the dark and lonely worlds floating freely through the universe untethered to any star. Is this the first image of a colossal squid in the wild? The Progress 88 freighter launched on Thursday, May 30th at 5:43 a.m. ET. Graphene has been called the wonder material of the 21st century. Where's a great place to watch a rocket launch near Kennedy Space Center, Florida? Try Space View Park in Titusville and Canaveral National Seashore. AI chatbots and large language models, LLMs, struggle to convey genuine empathy and in some cases even encourage toxic belief systems like fascism. Quantum computers hold the promise of being able to quickly solve extremely complex problems that might take the world's most powerful supercomputer decades to crack. Researchers created the first complete chromosome sequences from non-human primates, revealing significant variations in Y chromosomes among species. Chang'e 6 set for weekend landing attempt as sun rises over Apollo crater. Chang'e 6 is set to make its lunar landing attempt this weekend in what will be a critical moment in China's mission to collect the first samples from the far side of the moon. The galaxy lies in the constellation Coma Berenixul, or Queen Berenice's hair. The technology behind the two seismometers that make up NASA's Farside seismic suite was used to detect more than 1,000 red planet quakes. Scientists have revealed key properties of radioactive promethium, a rare Earth element with poorly understood applications, using a groundbreaking new method. Researchers have proposed a model for how a double moon named Salem formed around the tiny asteroid Dinkinesh. This is the first contact binary moon ever discovered, scientists say. The magnetic field appears to form 32,000 kilometers beneath the Sun's surface. Previous calculations put the beginning of this process more than 209,000 kilometers below E, an international team reported Wednesday. The human brain may have steadily grown in size, not because evolution plucked some big-brained ancestors out of the crowd, favoring their smarts over others, but because energy allocated to growing egg-laden ovarian follicles went to our heads instead. An Iowa golf community had 5 years to correct a pollution problem. In trying to solve the ultimate problem, we may have inadvertently created a monster. It was the second wet dress rehearsals for this Starship vehicle, which could launch in just a week or so. The bigger the brain, the better we are at finding fruit. But is that true? A new study on wild primates refutes this idea. Boeing's Starliner program is set to launch its first crewed mission into space this upcoming weekend after previous technical problems delayed the takeoff. Both NASA and Boeing approved the key test flights, which will take place on Saturday, 12:25 p.m. The European Space Agency says a successful test firing of a redesigned Vega C solid rocket motor is a major step towards returning the rocket to flight. European governments must commit more funding for the program to achieve its goals. The species name comes from the Greek for murder monster. The universe is precisely dated at 13.8 billion years old, but astronomers claim the Methuselah star is 14.5 billion years old. We can officially say goodbye to the real-life version of the fictional Vulcan homeworld.